Hey everyone, Sirturmund here again, and I'm back. I was gone over the past week and a half on a work trip, but I'm finally back, and I'm gonna jump right away into Starter Deck 13, which releases in a few days from now, I think on April 19th. And that starter deck has three leaders: Black Yellow Luffy, I think it's Yellow Blue Ace, and Yellow Red Sabo. So a lot of interesting stuff to try out here. I do think Luffy is probably the strongest one of the three leaders and probably the one that you're going to see the most often. And this list here is my choice for this OP06 meta. Obviously, some things change once we get to EBO1 and then even more once we get to OP07. But for OP06, this is what I would recommend playing over the next month, in my opinion. Now, for the most part, I'm pretty sold on everything here, but I'll talk about some cards that I think could potentially become a 4-off. I just don't know what to cut for them, right? So let's do a deck breakdown here, since the first time we showcased this here. Monkey D. Luffy, Black Yellow. This is a very interesting leader. Per the rules of the games, your face-up life cards will be sent to the bottom of your deck instead of your hand. What this means is that any card that's face up, instead of going to your hand, goes straight to the bottom of your deck. Because it doesn't go to your hand and it goes to the bottom of your deck, you do not get triggers. Remember, you do not get triggers. So we're not playing like a trigger type of deck. That's why really a lot of the cards here don't have triggers, except for like Satori and Brothers Bond. Because when a card is face up, you don't get a trigger off of it. So I don't like triggers in this deck because of that. Now, you make up for that by the leader ability. When you put 2 down on your Luffy, you can activate this once per turn. You can discard 1 card from your hand, and if your life is at 0, you can put up to 2 5-cost characters from your hand or trash to your life face up. Now, the idea here is that you always want to pick things that are in your trash. I know you have the option to put in it from your hand, and in certain edge cases, that might be necessary. But for the most part, you're going to grab something from your trash, 5 costs, and put it into your top of your life. What this means with this leader is that usually you want to get down to 0 life quickly. You want to get down to 0 life so that you can get value from this Luffy ability where you get to set up your 2 top cards of your deck. Because as you see with the other cards in the deck, they rely on knowing what's on the top of your life. And additionally, the other thing about this is that you want to have a lot of 5 costs in your deck because, again, Luffy puts 5 cost units onto the top of your deck. Luckily, your starter deck 13 is all built with these 5 cost units, right? So that's kind of like a quick breakdown of what this leader does and why I feel like this leader is very hard to pilot. It has a lot of thinking that you need to think about. So now let's talk about like the rest of the deck and where this ability comes into play. First, let's talk about why we want to have face-up life cards. The reason is because the starter deck 13 introduced the 3 young brothers. So Little Sabo, Little Ace, and Little Luffy. And these cards are very similar. Think of like Reiju, right? Where you trash the little Reiju kids to summon the big Reiju kids from your trash. Well, these little brothers, they trash themselves from the field same way as the little Vinsmoke kids do, but instead of summoning things from the trash, they summon the top card of your life. You reveal the top card of your life, and if it matches what it says on the card, then you summon it. For example, look at this Sabo. You trash the character, you reveal the top card of your life, and if it is a 5-cost Sabo, you can play it for free, right? So that's the idea. You are able to use your Luffy ability and put like Sabo on the top of your life and then be able to summon it with Little Sabo. You can put Ace on the top of your life and be able to summon it with Little Ace. You can put Luffy on the top of your life and be able to summon it with Little Luffy, right? In addition to that, you might be thinking, if you do this, you're going to go right back down to 0 life. Didn't we just get to life and now we're going to go right back to 0? Well, to make up for that, these cards have a second effect. If you play that card from the top of your life, your leader gets 2,000 power onto the end of the opponent's next turn. So Sabo, Little Ace, and Little Luffy all have that secondary ability. And what this means is that your Luffy leader, most of the time, is going to be a 9k power unit in the opponent's turn. And it's really hard for the opponent to kind of hit you when your leader is 9k. Like, even if you are a 0 life, it's kind of hard. But even obviously, you know, they can still just put all their done on one unit and just attack you like for 15 or for 16 if they're playing Katakuri. So that's why we also play blockers, right? The reason why Luffy is the best one is because we get to play 5-cost Sabo. And this 5-cost Sabo can get summoned with the 2-cost Sabo here. So this Sabo literally makes this deck work because you're able to play this Sabo and you can trash your big brothers to the trash so that then you can put them into your life with your Luffy. And this card becomes a really good blocker that doesn't get punished by a Maru, and it can protect your units against removal. It's so good. It's so good. This is the reason why this card ends up being, why this Luffy deck ends up being the best version of this deck. So not only do we get to become a 9k leader, but we also get to play these blocker Sabos that we can keep bringing back pretty much every turn, as long as we have the little Sabos in our hand, or we get with the Gecko Moria combo that I'm going to talk about. Then we also do play 4 Borsalinos, and I know some people don't like Borsalino because you can get a Maru, you can get Handblaze, etc., but I still think it is kind of important because, again, you do kind of put yourself in a situation where you do have 0 life most like throughout the whole game. So having that second additional blocker can potentially save you. So we play 2 blockers here, Sabo and Borsalino, right? So the other thing that this Sabo can summon is also this yellow Sabo that you get from start at the 13. Now, this Sabo, you only play 2 of it. It's not really that big of a deal. You could probably cut it, to be honest. But it has won me a few games where you're able to kind of KO one of the opponent's units. It is a little bit harder to get this Sabo to really get value, but it can be really nice. And it can also let you get down to 0 life quickly if the opponent is not attacking into you. So it's kind of like an alternate way to get Sabo. I will tell you one thing. You want to have this Sabo early in your hand. So you want to mulligan for this Sabo if possible, because this Sabo kind of sets up the rest of your hand and everything else you do, right? So again, with your Luffy, you're going to put your 5 cost and be able to summon it with the little cost. Aside from the blocker Sabo and the removal Sabo, we also get the Ace. So the Ace is a rush card. So you get to summon it for free with your Ace, with your little Ace, and you get a 7k rush attacker that allows you to put pressure into the opponent. So this is really good at letting us be able to finish up games and just put pressure into the opponent. So that's why we play this Ace. The other 5 costs that we can cheat out with the little brothers is going to be the Luffy. And this Luffy is honestly a little bit underrated, because if you read what he says, activate once per turn. This character gets 2000 power until the start of your next turn, right away. Then, if you have 1 or more life, draw 1 card and trash the top card of your life. What this means is that if you need to get yourself to 0 life, you can have this Luffy come down and get you down to 0 life. Or, if you're already at 0, then this Luffy can just get a free 2000 for free. And this becomes a 5k, a 5 cost with 8 power, which is really good against all these Sabo and these Borsalino blockers that Sakazuki and Moria players are playing, because at 8k it still forces them to have to give you 2 cards to be able to save their blockers even if you have it. So the whole goal of the game is to be able to summon any of these 5 costs from your life by adding your life face up with your Luffy. So it's all about how you stage your summons. Same way, again, very similar to how you play Reiju. So that's kind of like our combo pieces. We play Satori here, and it's really strictly just a 2k. Very rarely am I going to play this as a trigger, but in certain cases, it allows you to kind of put this into your life as well, because one cool thing about Luffy is that if you're not ready to go to lethal, you don't have to actually summon those units from the top of your life. You can give yourself 2 life and then just chill. Yes, when the opponent attacks into your life, you're going to lose those cards, but that gives you 2 extra lives that the opponent has to get through, which can be really huge at letting you survive at the turns that you need to actually get to your win condition, right? So sometimes that might be putting a Satori into your life, knowing that the Satori is going to get bottom deck when the opponent attacks into you. Hiyori is really nice because it lets you kind of fix your life, right? You take a life and you put another life on the top of your deck. So it allows you to get value from your little kits, even when you're not at 0 life. Usually, and it's also a 2k counter. So it's really nice. Makino ends up also being a 2k counter. Kind of does the same thing as Hiyori, except that it just lets you rearrange, right? You're not replacing a life. You kind of get to rearrange, which still works out, right? And it also lets you add a card from your life to your hand, so potentially can get you to the 0 life that you need. And then the last couple of cards that we have here is going to be Garp, which is just going to be a searcher to can find any of the 5 cost or any of the 2 cost units that are Ace, Luffy, or Sabo, which is really nice. Together with that, we also have the Brothers Bond, which is also a searcher. So it's like a 1-mana event that lets you search what you need. And honestly, this is really important because, again, you kind of want to have this Sabo most of your games. So this kind of lets you guarantee that you get Sabo and that you also get the little Sabo. So it kind of adds some consistency to your deck. Now, in my opinion, I'm thinking it's probably worth it to go to 4 Brothers Bond and maybe 4 Makino. I just don't know what to cut for them. But both of these cards have overperformed in the games that I have played them. Lastly, let's show you guys the last piece of the puzzle that makes this deck as good as it is. And it's Gekomora. Because Gekomora is 8 Dawn. Your leader ability is 2 Dawn. So you know what combo we can do here? We can put 2 Dawn on a Luffy. Add any 5 cost to our life. Let's say we add 2 Aces, right? Then you play 8 Dawn for Gekomora. And with Gekomora's ability, you summon 2 little Aces from your graveyard. And then you use the 2 little Aces ability and you summon the 2 Aces that you just put into your life. So now all of a sudden you just develop a 9k body and 2 7k bodies, and your Luffy becomes a 9k body as well for the next turn. So you get to attack the opponent for 7, 7, and then 9. And you can do this, of course, with Sabo. You can do 1 of each. You can do Luffy, etc., etc. This card, this combo here is absolutely nuts. Because it also means that you don't have to have the little kits in your hand. You just need to have them on your discard. And then you just bring them out. So that combo is really important. And you'll see us playing it a lot over the next 3 videos that we're going to see. So that's the deck breakdown and why I choose the cards. Honestly, I'm really sold on a lot of these ratios. I really want to put more Brothers Bond, but I don't think it's worth it. Like the Sabo, like the best, I guess the best come might have been the Sabo. But I found so much value with this Sabo every now and then that I don't even want to cut it. I don't even want to cut it. Everything else, I feel like you have to keep it. Maybe Borsalino doesn't need to be a 4-off. Maybe you can go down to 3 and go for a 3rd Brothers Bond. But everything else just feels so nice. Like you don't wanna mess with any of the ratios of your little kids and your big kids, and you definitely want to have your 4 Moras there as well. So, anyways. That was a pretty long deck breakdown. I just really wanted to explain how this deck works. I think it's very complicated. You really have to think about all your sequencing to make sure that you get things correctly to be able to survive. And you're going to be playing on the edge the whole time because you're going to be a 0 for big portions of every game that you play. So, as always, we're going to have 3 videos with this leader. Today's video is going to be 2 games against Reiju and then 1 game against Yamato. So, I hope that you enjoy the games coming up soon. And if you do, make sure to like the below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy the game. In this match, we're going against Reiju. Alright. So, obviously, they're going to have their minus done stuff. Honestly, I mean, this hand doesn't look the worst. We have all the little kids. And we have a Garp as well. We don't have any way to self... we don't have any way to like self what am I trying to say here? To self get down to 0 cost, right? We would have preferred to have the other Sabo, the 5 cost Sabo, by the way, because it would have let me trash a bunch of stuff from my hand. Because we want to get the 5 cost Sabo to put my other units on the trash, and then I'll be able to use my Luffy ability. We only got double German Kingdom, and they got the the trash one. What did they get here? They got a Ishiji and they got the Sora and they discarded the Ichiji right away. So I could just use this ability to be honest if I wanted to, but I don't think it's necessary. I think I'm just gonna go for sits here. Just kind of go aggressive, let the opponent play their cards out. Maybe I honestly would just play this Sabo out right now. Like, does it make sense for me to start playing my later units? Maybe I'll play the Luffy, because I think it's the one that's worth the least. Like, the opponent has to start attacking me eventually, right? So I don't want to give them my characters to attack into. I guess we can also just straight up play this Sabo. Yeah, okay, they're gonna just play the Russia. I want to go to 0, right? Want to go to 0. I could just play this Sabo straight up. But it's not KOing their Ichiji, so I kind of don't want to do that either. I can also play Luffy instead. I could play Luffy instead. Am I... Okay, so they have a Reiju. Am I dying? I'm not dying anytime soon. If I go like this, can the opponent kill me? I don't really have a lot of counters, is my only concern. I could just try to kill their Ichiji, I guess, and just chill. Yeah, I could just go like this and just chill. Have the opponent give me 2 cards and just play the Garp for now. I'm scared that if I go for this Luffy to trash my own life, I put myself in a position where I could potentially lose. We already have the ace. Do I want to have another ace? I just grab it for now. Yeah, playing your cards. I guess the opponent could be playing the pudding. If they play a pudding, I'm going to be very sad here. If they play a pudding, I'm going to be very sad. What I can do next turn... So they get another Ichiji, right? So we know they're going to have another Ichiji here. Okay, well, I guess the opponent's going to make it easy for me. If they go for it right now, I'm happy. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, if they went for it there, I would have been happy. The opponent made it so that now I'm going to have to do it myself if I want to. I can do this, or I can just play Sabo here and just chill. I could just play Sabo here, right? I could just go 7. I think I'm down to do that. I don't think I need to go to 0 here. We know the opponent has an Ishigi, right? So I don't think I need to go to 0 just yet. I think I'm just going to play Sabo. I'm going to trash Luffy and Ace. The opponent killed this Luffy already. I guess we don't need to trash the Luffy then. I don't mind my Sabo dying, right? I can block it. The opponent's actually going to give me the block. Yeah, we'll go like this. We'll trash Ace and we'll trash Sabo, I guess. Or do we trash the Luffy? We'll have this Sabo down there, right? So I think I'm going to trash the Luffy for now and just chill. Opponent shouldn't be able to kill me here. I am a little bit concerned about the judge, right? The judge might be a problem. Next turn. So judge might be a problem next turn. So I need to probably get as big as I can. I'm so down for Sabo to die here. Okay, opponent's just going to go Ichiji again. They draw the card. So we take 1 life and then we block with Sabo, by the way. So we can block here. I guess I'm going to spend more Dawn if I do it the other way. So let's just give them this 1k. We have to take this life. I could have probably taken the life that I just blocked, but I wanted them to not be able to just kill us, right? So we'll go here. So here's the question. Do we block with Sabo? So if we block with Sabo, we can go ahead and throw Sabo again. Play Sabo. Play Ace. We'll have 9 Dawn. Sure. I actually think I really like Luffy and Sabo here. I don't think we need Ace. So I don't think we need Ace. I think we want Luffy and Sabo, right? So 2, 2, 2. That leaves me 3 more down to do whatever I want. Which I guess I can attack for 5. Or I can just make this as big as possible to kill their stuff. If we go for the Luffy, we'll be able to KO... No, sorry, it's not the Luffy. We have to go for this Sabo. Do we have both Sabos? Yeah, so we can go for... Oh, no, because this needs to be trashing the top. So I cannot do that. So it has to be Ace then, right? Has to be Ace. Has to be Ace and Sabo, right? So I guess we'll go like this. We'll trash this Ace. We'll add Sabo. And we'll add Ace here, right? Then we go here. Deploy it. And we'll go here. Deploy it. What do we want to trash here? I guess Moria is fine. And Borsalino. So this is at 7. This is what, like 9, 11, right? Probably, okay, so this is the problem. I'm still kind of, I guess the judge doesn't come next turn, right? So we'll go like this. The judge doesn't come next turn. This is going to be 8, 9. So we'll go here for 10. We still have a blocker. Next turn we can go Moira. Bring back 2 kits. And just have value. Opponent had already shown me 3 Ichijis. The opponent's still at 4 life, and I'm already at 0. That's going to be the scary part, right? And there's that pudding, right? That's the pudding that I was talking about, but we got a second Moira, so I think that's fine. But again, we were worried about that pudding for a while. It does get rid of a lot of counter. We can get back another Sabo. I guess we can go Sabo Ace again. Or Luffy as well, right? Oh, opponent's actually gonna go ahead and try to kill this Ace. Do I care? If we okay, so we go Moria and we go 2 of them. We keep stuff. I guess opponent cannot attack into my Luffy, so I guess we might as well save it. It's a risk. It's a risk, right? So, we could have just given up this Sabo as well and just replayed it. Maybe that was the better play. Maybe that was the better play. Maybe we should have given up Sabo. Because now what are we getting here? We're getting Luffy and Ace. Which I guess still works out for us. Luffy and Ace is not bad. Yeah, we can get Luffy and Ace. We'll trash another Luffy here. We'll put this here. Yeah, we'll go here. And we'll go here. So this is a 9, 7, 7. I still have this Sabo here. This is going to be pretty far up. So now is when we start attacking. The problem is that I only have 4k counter value. Opponent has enough done to play Judge next turn and play their Ichijis to have the rally. But that's the only way that they get another Ichiji back. I guess they could have the Sora to get value. But here we're going to attack them all the way down to potentially 2 life. Maybe I should have... I did want to put this at 9k because it's going to make it really hard for the opponent to attack into my Luffy, right? Like, I don't think I'm dying next turn because we'll have Luffy as a 9k unit that the opponent cannot really attack into. Even if they get another Ichiji. We have a blocker which lets me block the big attack if the opponent just puts all the down. But I probably should have let this Sabo die, to be honest. And I would have been able to replay this Sabo instead of the Luffy. And be able to get myself some nicer cards in my hand. But here we just go 7, 7. Opponent even gave me 2 cards here, including the Sora. Yeah, so we just go like this. Next time we can get this guy to 8k again, right? Opponent has already shown me 3 Ichiji, so they will have to get the 4th Ichiji. They show me 3 Soras already, so the only other way to get the Ichijis back is to have a 4th Sora. And next turn, the downside is that our Luffy doesn't get any bigger because we don't have any of the little kits. There's the Judge, just like I expected. Now, the opponent does get to play everything out. But, like, they're not really... I guess they can attack into the Ace with their stuff. Yeah, they're gonna play all 3 kits out. They only have 1 down, so they cannot kill anything else with their units. There it is. You go here, so you're gonna try to kill this ace. I guess now they can attack into the ace, right? They can attack into the ace 2 times. Do we save it? I think we can save it, right? Yeah, we can just save it here. We go like this. They can attack for 6. And we can give them... I guess if they attack for 7, they're going to be able to kill it. If we block here for 2, it's probably better, right? And then we just block this Reiju, this Ichiji. Alright, so opponent gets to draw a ton of cards here, so they go back to 5 cards. We have 1, 2, 3, 4 attackers. Right? 5 attackers. Opponent has 2 life, they have 5 cards. We have 10 Dawn, we have a 9k. Opponent get a Reiju, so they have a 1k in their hand. We got another Luffy here, so we can actually go ahead and play this Luffy. If we wanted to get another Luffy here. Does that matter? I mean, it's an extra 2k here, no matter what, right? It's going to be an extra 2k here, no matter what, so we might as well just do it. I don't think it really matters, though. It's the same thing as us just attacking into them. We know we have to beat them this turn, right? So the opponent has 5 cards, 2 life. We can go 9, 9, 9, 8, 9. We can go 9 like a bunch of times. Yeah, so there we go. We just go 9, 9, 9s, right? I think we just go 9, 9, 9, so opponent has a hard time beating this. Yeah, let's go here. That's 8. Let's go 9. That's gonna be... Yep. So then here the opponent has 2 cards left, so we can go 9 one more time. Which means that the opponent cannot counter, and then the rest goes in the last ace. We had enough to go like multiple 9k attacks, so it didn't really matter how we kind of piloted this at the end. We just needed to play around that judge, right? I still need to learn how to do better with this deck, right? We're still learning this, so GG's for sure. Sorry for slow play. Yeah. Yeah, so the opponent told us keep it up with the videos, right? So he's one of our viewers, but thank you for the game first show. Sorry that I kind of slow play. I'm trying to like learn this deck. This is actually my very first game with this, so I think I kind of get the idea here, right? You kind of just have all this stuff here, so you kind of have to just play all these kits. I think there's a couple of lines that we could have definitely done better, like blocking with the Sabo, but it ended up being okay to actually have this Luffy in the field because this ends up getting an extra 2k for free. So this becomes an 8k unit for literally no value here, which is really freaking nice. So GG's. In this match, we're going against Reiju. I absolutely love this hand. I know we don't have any of the kits, but we do have 2 searchers for them. And we have the Gecko Moria, which is going to be really good. Opponent right away gets the Reiju, which is a little bit unfortunate, but it is what it is. Let's just go ahead and grab this Sabo now. And we'll go like this. And I guess we'll grab... If we grab Luffy, we'll have the Luffy set up. If we lose the ace right now, I'm gonna regret it. I think I need to have this ace. So we have all 3 of the big kids now. We just need to actually find our little kids. It's funny how we kind of play Reiju versus Luffy, which both have these little kids that get trashed into the big kids, right? So the opponent gets their Reiju, gets to draw 3 cards, and gets to attack into me. Cool. Great thing, we got another Luffy, we got another Garp, and this time around we also got more value. Let's just go 5-5. Let's go 5-5, force the opponent to give me 2 1Ks, which I guess is fine because they have the kids, right? Opponent's still gonna take that life no matter what, so we wanna probably just go ahead and grab the little kid. I don't think I need more of the big kids. So we just got that second Sabo. Next turn we'll straight or just play this Sabo, to be honest. We want to go to 0 life. There's the Ichiji. We'll take the 7. No way you push me to 0. Okay, yeah, I was going to say, no way you push me to 0 right now. So yeah, they're not even going to... Wow, they're not even going to do it at all. All right, cool. Let's play Sabo first here. We'll trash Ace. We'll trash Luffy, I guess. Because I'm probably just going to play a second Sabo next turn. And we're just going to push 6. We're probably just going to play this second Sabo next turn. Opponent's just going to set up in such a way that they can try to kill us in one turn, I'm guessing. They could also have a pudding, which could be a problem. So kind of getting rid of cards in my hand should be a good thing. Okay, they're still not gonna attack. I can tell you that much. They're still not gonna attack into us. They're gonna try to play it super slow. Yep. What did I say, my friends? What did I say? I guess we can always go for Sora, to be honest. We can go Sora into Sabo. Yeah, why don't we go like this? We'll go ahead and do this and this. This Sabo can still potentially die. I guess we'll go for 6 and 7. Force the opponent to... Oh, wait, no, because we have a... Yeah, so we can go 5 and then 7, right? I guess let's go ahead and play this first. Let's play this first here. Do we have the little Luffy? We don't have the little Luffy, so I guess we'll take the little Luffy. Let's go 5 here. 7 here. Just try to eat up cards from the opponent's hand. And I don't really care about having this Garp stay on the field. Okay, opponent takes it. I mean, they can continue keeping me low enough. I mean, they can continue keeping themselves in such a way that I'm forced to do things. I mean, we have double Sabo blocker. We're gonna have all these aces coming down soon. Yeah, like, I don't care about this. They're not gonna take me to 0. They're gonna force me to have to get myself down to 0. Oh, wait. Be my guess. No way, right? Oh man, you just got punished. Okay, so opponent has 6-8 done. We have double Sabo. We can just go like this, right? So what am I putting on the top? I guess it's gonna be ace-ace, right? Yeah, it's just gonna be ace-ace. Ace, ace. We'll go like this. We'll go like this. This is gonna be at 11. So we can go 8 here. So we can go 8, 9, and 11. Okay. Let's get the opponent down to 0 life. Cool. And then we attack for 11. I guess opponent could counter that. With 2 blockers, my leader is a 9k leader. And I have 2 blockers. I don't think I'm gonna die. And if the opponent kills, like, even if... Okay, so opponent gets another blocker. Do we have the Sabo in our trash? Do we have the Sabo that can KO that? I don't think we do, actually. Yeah, we don't have the Sabo that can KO it. Meh. What we can do is that we can block, and then just play Moria and double Sabo. Attack with ace, ace, and Luffy. We can block, double Sabo. And just have this big Moria on the field. Sure. Let's go like this. Opponent has to attack me with their Ichijis, right? We'll give you the blocker. You attack again. We'll give you the blocker. And yeah, we'll go like this. We'll trash the Garp. Is it Sabo or is it Ace Sabo? Let's play it safe. Let's play it safe. Yeah, let's just play safe here. Let's just go Sabo. We'll trash this. Trash this. We'll go here. Deploy the car again. We'll trash one Luffy. Go like this. And now we can go 7, 7. The opponent's going to have to give me 4 cards here, right? To block these 7Ks. And they have to give me the Queen blocker. Okay, so they're actually going to give me 3 cards there. There's going to be another 3 cards here. 2, 3. And then they have to give me the Queen blocker here. And then next turn, now they have to deal with Ace, Ace, and Moria as well. And because we still have double Sabo on the field and a 9K leader, we don't have to worry about anything. We also still have another Ace here to be able, and another Luffy to be able to actually go for like some crazy shenanigans next turn again. So again, doesn't matter what happens here. I think we just win the game. Because at a 9K, opponent has to put 2 down on each of these to actually even do anything to us. Let's give them 1 Sabo. Let's give them 1 Sabo. So I think we have to obviously give them this Ace. Alright, so now if I block with Sabo, opponent can go for 12. We're at 9, 11, 13, right? I guess we let it go. I think I'm supposed to let that go. Opponent has 7 done. They go for another Queen. They get 3 6 cards in their hand. We only gonna have 2 attacks, Moria and Luffy. And we're not gonna have blockers next turn. I guess we have the Ace. We have the Ace. Oh, actually, we're gonna have double Ace, so never mind. We're just chilling. Yeah, we're just chilling. Never mind. 1, 2. I'm a good gamer. I just get the second Ace just like that. Yeah, so 7. Let's just play the second one. Let's show them that we have it. Maybe they'll just surrender. So this is already a 9. We can go 9 3 times. So we can go 4 times. Sorry, we can go 9 here. That's 3 cards. We can go 11 here. Force the block. And I guess we'll go 11 here. And then 7 here. Yeah. Unfortunately for the opponent, like, I just get so big. And, like, even the opponent decided not to attack me, they still just kind of ended up getting run over. Now, to be fair, I kind of had the nuts, right? Like, even the last Ace top deck, I mean, it ended up not mattering. I didn't even play this. I didn't even attack with the second Ace. But even that Ace top deck was just, like, ridiculous, right? So we knew that we could force the block here because this guy is attacking for 11. So then we have 11, 11, and we have a 9K attack here. And the opponent just has to give me so many cards to actually make that work. They had enough to actually counter back up to 10, but not enough to counter out of the 11. And then the follow-up 7. And we also had a 6 here waiting as well in the wings if necessary. So, GG's. In this match, we're going against Yamato. We have the Sabo. Okay, I mean, we have the Sabo. That's all I need. And we have the Gecko Moria now too. Like, literally having the Sabo is all I need. We don't have the little Sabo though. We already have the big Luffy. We don't have the little Ace. I guess let's grab the small Luffy for now. So this matchup should be favorable for us because we want to go to Zero Life. So I don't care about this double attack. I'm completely fine with this. I want to go to Zero Life. Like, I want to go to Zero Life, right? What I'm going to do here is that I'm going to go ahead and attack this for 7. And I honestly might just throw this Luffy down here. Ooh, they trashed. They trashed 2 things. Okay. Oh, I guess now... Okay, now that the opponent showed me the Shura, maybe I don't want to give them the Luffy because it means that the opponent could actually have access to Hidatsu here to kill the Luffy. Yeah, they might have access to Hidatsu here to kill the Luffy. Okay, well... Do I care? Do we just say whatever? Yeah, sure. I don't mind that. So, we can go ahead. The problem is that we don't have the kids, right? We don't have the kid that we need to kind of make this work. So I think I need to first go for Sabo. So I think I first need to go for Sabo. Trash this, and we still don't have the kid. Yeah, we still don't have the kid. I guess the opponent could go for like if opponent finds the Hori Jones here, that's gonna be a problem. Because they can rest my... I mean, I have a lot of counters, so I don't know that I'm scared just yet. It's annoying that we don't have the Sabo. I need the little Sabo. If I don't get the little Sabo, I'm gonna be in trouble. No matter what I do. So no matter what I do, I'm gonna be in trouble. The Amaru doesn't matter. Right? Yeah, the Amaru doesn't matter. All it does is buff you up. I guess the opponent's just gonna attack for 7 here with their Nami. Sure, let's give you the Sabo. Oh wait, I forgot that they could also do that, by the way. Yeah, I did forget that they could do that. Let's trash this Luffy. There's the Om. They have no... Okay, they have the Holy anyways. Still no little Sabo. Still no little Sabo, huh? This is getting dicey. This is getting very, very dicey. I guess we'll just go like this. Do we ever just put the 2 life right now? I guess we might have to be honest. We might have to here. Yeah, we might have to just put the 2 lives. So what am I giving up here? I guess let's give up this, guys. Yeah, let's just put the 2 life here. The risk here is getting punished by a trigger. Still get... I mean, I also ended up buffing up their own by doing this. This sucks. Hori Jones is still a problem, but I guess I'm defended against Hori Jones for now. It's such a big deal when you don't get the little Sabo. They used another Amaru. So if we take this, we lose both of these cards. Then the opponent can attack me for a lot, right? Yeah, I'm just gonna have to let them go. I probably have to keep this, like, again, the Sabo gets punished anyways by Hori Jones no matter what I do. We have Luffy. We don't have Ace. They can still go for a 10. So technically this is better for us to block this, to counter out of this one. They go for another 9. Wait, what? Alright, do we get the little Sabo? We didn't get the little Sabo. We don't have the little Sabo, and we also don't have the Ace. It's actually such a big deal that we don't have... That we kind of don't have what we need. This sucks. This really sucks. Amaru can punish this, right? Yeah, I guess we'll go like this. We'll go like this. I need to have this Luffy, right? I need to have this Luffy come down. Wait, did I mess up or no? I have another Luffy. Yeah, I need to go like this. I guess I can play Borsalino and Luffy. This at 7, this at 6. No, this at 9, right? So we'll go here. Force the opponent to give me 2K counters if they have it. El Tor. Oh, that's why they kept 1 down open. Alright, so we have 1 life, 1 blocker. Yeah, I guess I have to just pray. Imagine how different this game would be if we had the little Sabo. There's our blocker. We go for 8, so we can counter out with a 2. We're at 7 right now, so that helps out a lot. Yeah, being at 7 helps out a lot. We can actually redraw this. We can play this Sabo, which is nice. Opponent should try to get rid of this Sabo, right? It's not good. Not good. I can trash the Sabo if I need to with the Luffy. I could technically kill them here if the opponent's not careful. But I guess it's gonna depend on whatever triggers they get. But we have 4 attackers. No ace, so we don't get the big ace, we don't get the little Sabo, and that kind of made things really, really awkward this game. Even after playing Sabo twice. Yeah, I guess we'll let it go. No choice. You have 2 Dons, so you could have another El Tor, or they get a trigger, so they... Oh my goodness, is this worth it? It has to be, right? I need to trash a card though to get the 2 life. Oh my, okay, so if I trash, I have to play the Sabo. Wait. I need to activate this first as well. I want to see if I get anything else better than this Luffy for me to play here. Ace. I could just play this ace straight up. Opponent has 1, 2, 3 attacks. They definitely have a trigger that I need to worry about. We can keep the 2 blockers. I'm just gonna put myself at 2. I'm just gonna put myself at 2 and call it a day. Yeah, I'm just gonna put myself at 2 and call it a day here. Yeah, let's just go, I guess here. We have another Sabo anyways. So we'll put the Sabo in the bottom and put this one here. So this is at 7. Oh shit, I messed up. This could have attacked for more. So 7, 9. What if we don't attack their life? What if we just attack their characters? Especially because we messed up. Yeah, I'm down to do this. I'm down to go 9. I think I have enough life that I know I'm chilling here. Let's go 7. I probably should have gone for more there. If opponent wants to go ahead and do it, they can do it. I'm gonna attack. I'm gonna kill this on no matter what. If you counter now, I'm gonna kill it. Yep. Alright. Do we respect the trigger that the opponent put in their life? I think we do. I think we respect whatever trigger that was. I also don't want to put them into Amaru range. The problem is the double attack just messes this up anyways. So, Iso is another 2k counter out of the way. Wait. I can take this. Yeah, sure. Now what? I guess you can go ahead and put everything on the Hiyori. I don't think that's going to be what you want to do, though. I'm just going to keep the Sabo as an additional attacker. I think they lose now, right? Ace. I guess you force me to block with the Sabo. Garp. Doesn't matter, right? Yeah, Garp doesn't matter. We'll just go like this. I guess we'll attack 7 first. So 7. Trigger? No. 9. Trigger? They get the trigger. They got the trigger. Alright, so this is 8. So we can go 7 here. Trigger? Nope. So then we get the last line. Really, really awkward game. Really awkward game without our power plays, right? We didn't get our big Ace until really late. We didn't have the small Sabo at all, which is huge. Oh, there it is, right? Yeah, not having the small Sabo just changed so much. Opponent had their Teramaru on the top of their deck. Honestly, I was more focused on how much I was getting unlucky, that I was probably making some misplays against the opponent. I'm still not used to playing around this Ace, by the way, on the Yamato decks. So I need to be careful about this Rush Ace, right? But yeah, we ended up getting that Sabo, and that was all she kind of wrote, right? Being able to play that Sabo again gave me the flexibility that I didn't need to do anything. We kept the opponent at 2 lives so that we could play around the Amaru. Opponent had to play a second ISO to really get value, and every ISO that he played is another less 2k counter that the opponent had in their deck. The life that they picked with the Hiyori was the "you're the one who should disappear." They put that in the bottom instead of putting it. No, it wasn't that, right? What was it that they got on the top? What was the last card before that the Hiyori got? Yeah, because Hiyori only lets you put the card on the top, right? So, but anyways, like, I was scared of whatever this trigger was, and also kind of putting it into a Maru range. So opponent got that one from just being lucky. And yeah, I mean, we managed to get there. That's all that matters. So GG's. Welcome back, everyone. Hope you enjoyed those games of Luffy versus Reiju and versus Yamato. The Yamato game was really weird, right? We didn't see the little Sabo, which made it kind of awkward, even though we had the big Sabo in our discard. We also didn't see the big Ace, so we had the little Ace but not the big Ace, so we could never really get full value from this Gecko Moria coming down and just summoning a bunch of stuff. But we still managed to get there because you kind of saw me sometimes using my leader to just give myself 2 life. Just give myself 2 life and force the opponent to have to get through those 2 lives as well. So sometimes you gotta just do it that way. The Reiju games were a little bit more straightforward, I feel. It's obviously kind of cool that we kind of get to go against Reiju because I feel like they kind of get to do a lot of the same things. But we got ourselves to 0 life. We got our unit to be really big. And once we got our leader to be really big, it's really hard for them to be able to do anything from there. And we're able to then just put a lot of pressure with our Ace, with our Morias. They can't really deal with the Sabo, and that is what she wants. So those are the games for today. I hope that you enjoyed today's games. If you did, make sure to like the video below and subscribe to us. We post One Piece videos every single day. Enjoy your day.